Hey guys, Spencer Kaufman here. Today we're diving into an emailing program that is fully cloud or web-based called XMails. Now, XMails is a program that there was a lot of hype and a lot of people purchased it, and unfortunately something wasn't quite right, so a lot of people have been refunding it. So I'm making this review video on XMails. It's fully Mac and PC compatible because it is web-based, and I'm going to make this review and walk you guys through it to see whether or not it is for you before you decide to buy it, or if you're going to decide you don't want it like everyone else who's refunding it. Now, I've only been on here for about 10 minutes, and the first thing I noticed is that it looks an awful lot like a program I already reviewed called Mail Primo. So you can see here, this is the Mail Primo review, and it's something similar to this. Look at the dashboard on the side. I got the different ad subscribers, all the different stuff. You have the whole main screen here with everything like this, the create form, message, subscribers, all kinds of stuff. Again, this is the Mail Primo review. So that's that. And now we're going to take a look at XMails, the same side, dashboard, manage leads, emails, all this kind of stuff on the side. We've got all the different subscribers, unique visits. So the dashboard, the panel, the side, it all looks identical to Mail Primo. Therefore, in my opinion already, and like I said, I haven't even gone through this, in my opinion already, it is a copy of Mail Primo. However, they've changed some stuff. As you can see here, we've got some different things on the dashboard. Over here, instead of subscribers, it has get leads, manage leads, things like that. So some names have been changed. The colors are obviously different. Basic things like that. But still, we're going to dive through it and see what it's all about. So the first thing I noticed is that you have these settings up here. You can set up your account. That's where you put your name and all kinds of stuff like that. You can add team members, which to me, that's pretty cool. So you can add other people on your team. You could even get the agency license, and then you could sell this. So you could sell it to someone else and then give them their own login. They could upload their own list, etc., manage their own account, and then you could be charging them monthly for your email service. Here they have something that's really cool. I like this. It's domain management. So you can add different domain names and then set up email addresses within the domain names. Now, this is very complicated, and I think this is why a lot of people have been refunding it. I haven't done it, so I'm not going to click on it, but I clicked on it earlier and went into the settings and looked at it, and you need to add text records to your domain hosting account or your cPanel and things like that to get it to connect up with each other so that you can integrate XMails with your domain name. Then what XMails will do is when it sends messages, it'll use your domain name as the from or the sender. Then you could have it be whatever. So mine, if I send it from wherever, xyz.com, it could be, I could do, Spencer Kaufman at xyz.com, and I would have xyz.com in my domain management. And you could do more. So you could do XYZ, you could do ABC, you could do whatever, QLM, whatever. It doesn't even matter. Then you have API. So the API is just connections. That's something that I'm not really going to go into. Sessions, this is all the times you've logged in. Bounce settings, so you can set up an email address. That way anytime an email bounces, you can get an email alerting you that it bounced. Sending server settings. Now this is where there has been a lot of confusion because XMails had this statement, or it was rumored. I don't really believe that it was this way, but whatever the case may be, they said that you can use a bunch of different SMTP and it was flawless, and that you wouldn't have to use your own website domain sending from SMTP. Now, some people say, no, that's absolutely not true. I have to use my own. And others say, yeah, XMails is great because they don't. Well, they're both all messed up because XMails is just like any of these other places that I reviewed. I'm going to click on this one so you can see it. Okay, it says we could not find the servers. Well, that's because I haven't added them. Look at, you can add any server you want. You could do your own SMTP from your own hosting account and send it through yours. You can do your Mailgun, Elastic Mail. You can do Spark Post, SendGrid. You can do Amazon SES. Now, One quick note, Amazon SES, if you're going to use anything, that's the one to use. That's what I recommend. I have personally looked at my own hosting, Mailgun, SendGrid, and I've checked into a little bit on SparkPost. I don't know what this Elastic Mail is, but I imagine it's similar. And I've also looked at Amazon SES. That is by far the cheapest option because you pay so many cents per thousand, and it's really economical. So that would be the one that I would use if I do this, but I'm not going to set it all up. So that means later on in the video, when we try to go through and send emails, it's going to say we don't have it set up, but that's okay. You get the idea because I'm going to just give you a walkthrough. If you need more details, you can check out their support videos. You can buy it and try it, or you could put comments on this video and I can help you out there as well. Or you could watch the other videos because, like I said, Mail Primo looks pretty much identical to this. So chances are, if you know Mail Primo, you're going to know XMails. Do you need them both? Probably not. All right, let's dive in. Dashboard, we were there already, but we'll go back. This is the screen you see when you log in. I've got no data, but it has all this recent activity. It has all the links, quick links at the bottom, create list, get leads, send email, add leads, upgrade now, etc. Here we go, get leads. We have web forms and lead pages. So we can go through both of these. Web forms you would create, and then that would be a form that people would opt in on. It's basically an opt-in form. A lead page is going to be the same thing. It's going to gather leads. Now we're going to go to managing leads. So this is once you have them opted in. We've got a list. So we can create a list real quickly. We'll hit create. Oh, error, enter a valid list name. I guess I missed that there. I couldn't see it on the screen. So test list, we'll hit create. They ought to change the color there. All right, we've got our test list. No leads in there. No problem. Let's get this out of the way. All right, now let's go on down. All leads. What do we have here? Add leads. Let's see what this does. Can we upload our own? I'm not even sure. Upload from PC, so we can do that. Add leads one at a time, copy and paste. So that's kind of neat. Let's try a copy and paste method. Here I could just type them in. So let's just try like this. All right, and let's give a bogus one in there that we know is going to be fake. So let's just do my name all messed up, and we'll do an @ and then let's do like just craziness, and we know that's not going to be a website. We'll even do it at .video, so we know that it's not a site. Then we're going to do one with a space in it, so we'll do QWERTY with a space at gmail.com. So we're really testing this to see if it filters. By rights, it should filter out this one and delete it, and it should filter out this one and delete it as well. These two should be fine. Now we'll say I have permission to add this lead to the list. Next, let's see what happens. Okay, error. QWERTY at Gmail is not a valid email address. Okay, so if you did that, it would give you a prompt and delete. Now let's try if we have two of them. So let's do like this. And let's do another one. Oh, check the permission. Uh-oh, error. All right, so it realized that that one's fake, so you delete one at a time. So if you have a big long list, that could be time consuming, because let's say you have a list of 5,000 and 200 of them might be bad. It's going to give you one by one all the bad emails. But as we see, it didn't recognize this one as a bad list. So we're going to see what happens now that we got rid of the two with spaces. It looks to me like it doesn't filter out invalid email addresses. So that would have to be done during the bounce. No big deal, as long as we know. All right, suppression list. This is kind of cool. I guess you can suppress different emails. So if you want to upload a list of emails that you can suppress, that would be there. Custom field. Let's see what that's all about. Add a new field. What is this? Choose field type. Text, date, number. Okay, let's try date. Add the field, enter valid name. Man, I can't even see this here. We'll say tasked. All right, field added successfully. I guess I'm not sure what the field is for. That must be for like an opt-in or a lead page, which would be up here in the web forms and lead pages. All right, so we've gone through manage leads, send emails. Now, you can only send newsletters or autoresponders. So the newsletter is like a broadcast, one to a bunch of people. We can show you quickly how to create that. It's real simple. So create newsletter, plain text, or fast inline. Now, I'm going to show you the inline in the newsletter and the plain text in the autoresponder. So here we go, inline. I've never clicked on it before, so let's see. All right, message name, subject, from name, email, nothing selected. We could add a new one, choose SMTP. Look at this, XMails SMTP. So that was the hype on XMails. They claim that you can use their own SMTP without having to add your own. But that's not even feasible. If they get 10,000 people using their SMTP, now it's worse than a shared hosting account. Or if they get however many people, because there's no way they could keep that up. There's no way that, I mean, the bill would be phenomenal. So let's just do all this. We're going to do all this as test. Test from name. We'll do it as test as well. From email, let's add a new email. Opens up in a new tab. Domain management, add a new domain. Okay, then we got to go through all this. Type your domain name to verify. We're not going through all this. So we'll leave it as nothing selected and see what happens. All right, well, nothing happens here. Define your details. Let me try clicking add content. Nothing. Okay, well, maybe we do need to add an email. All right, well, let's try it. Okay, task. Okay. So we choose our list and it'll do test task, so it gives the list name in there. That's fine. All right, new email. We can do it. I guess I don't know. We'll just new domain. Let's try test@test.com. Okay, verify. Domain added. All right, add new email. So this is the part that I didn't really want to go through with you, but that's all right. We can do it. So the email's added. Now it'll have a record found right here. You can verify the email to confirm it, which you have to do. Then you need to go through and create a text record in the domain cPanel, enter all this. Then you got to do this kind of business, create a CNAME record. Then you got to go down here, create another CNAME record and add that. And then you got to verify that it all exists within your cPanel. Then your domain is verified. So like I said, that right there is probably a 30-minute process that we are not going to go through. So that takes care of that. Let me refresh this, or hit next, and it'll refresh on its own, and our email should be populated here. Let's see. But see, it's nothing. Nothing is populated. So if we hit add new, and then what? We can click on this somehow. Click on this. I suppose because none of this is filled out or verified, then we can't do it. So that's kind of a bummer, but that's okay. You get the idea. If you have any trouble, again, just watch the Mail Primo because it's the same thing. So we would go here to the add content, leads, send. That's about as far as we're going to go there. We'll check the autoresponder, see how we can do that. Let's see if we hit create one, plain text, name, again, same thing, all the way down the line. All right, we'll go into reports. This is your reports of all of the different things, newsletter, autoresponder, web forms, lead pages. You get the idea there. We haven't done anything, so there's going to be no reports. Library. All right, that's just an image library, it looks like. Integration, let's check that out. All right, so this would be like integrating it with Salesforce or Infusionsoft, webinar integration. We've got autoresponder integrations. So like if you want to integrate it with all of these different autoresponders, they got a couple of them that I've used. We've got MailWiz, reviewed that one. Let's see, Inboxing Pro, I'll be reviewing that one. Aweber is pretty expensive, very popular. Same with GetResponse. MailChimp, I've tried that. MailPrimo is even in here. Well, that's because they copied it. MailZingo, I'll be reviewing that one. So yeah, a lot of these. Automation, we'll check that out. Create a Zapier account. So that's cool. If you're not familiar with Zapier, it's kind of like IFTTT. So if this, then that. You can watch my review videos there and check out all of the if this, then that. Zapier is very similar. Something happens that causes something else to happen. They call it zapping rather than if this, then that. So that's that. List cleaner. So they do have a list cleaner. We can check that out real quick. Test list. Let's try cleaning it. No subscriber in the list. Okay, that's very interesting. How do we add subscribers to the list? Manage the leads. Let's go to the list. I thought we added some. No leads. Okay, well, what's the deal here? Let's go back to our subscribers, all leads. I should have 2 emails in here. We could not find the leads. Very interesting. Copy and paste. So let's add a couple here. All right, so we know that this one could be a possibility. This one should be cleaned out. All right, I have permission. So let's hit next. Okay, now let's select this and hit add. All right, that was our mistake before. Subscriber added. So let's go to list cleaner. All right, let's clean this list. Look at this, valid 1, invalid 1. Are you sure you want to move them into the suppression list? Yes. Okay, let's go take a look at the list. Manage leads, all leads. And who do we have left? Should have been the top.com. There it is. So the list cleaner, that's a cool feature. So if you can get past the copy-paste import, then the list cleaner seems to work pretty well. That's pretty nice. Obviously, though, this is going to be an invalid email address, so it's going to get a bounce, but at least it cleared out, well, it just cleared out the .video, though. So that could be, it just did the video. We could try it again. You could play with it. My theory, though, is that it just pulled that out because it was a .video, not because it was some crazy thing. Therefore, I don't know. I'm not too confident in the list cleaner. Now here they also have an X links. This is a link cloaker. And then you have to log in. I am available to log into this, but I don't really want to go through it. That could be a different review. Personally, I like pretty links, so I would go with that over any other type of link cloaker out there because it goes through your website. You can check out my review of pretty links. Card will pop up. You can see that. I encourage you to check it out. So, this has been XMails. Personally, do I think that it's worth it? Do I think that you should purchase it? Well, if you purchased it for like $83 for the one time, I'd say that's fine. I wouldn't purchase any upgrades or anything like that. Maybe you could get the agency so you could try to resell it, but I wouldn't even do that. I'd just get it and use it for yourself and use it for your team right here. You could add team management. Or if you already have something else like MailPrimo, it's the same. We know that. Look at the other review video. So basically, XMails is something that if you want to use, you can use. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. I don't think it's phenomenal. I don't think it's out of this world. I don't think it's super special. Do I think it works? Yeah, I'd say it probably works. You just need to go through the process of connecting everything. Then I think it'll work great. It works very well. However, one thing I want to note on the autoresponder, the thing that is very unclear is how the autoresponder functions. As you know, if you've watched my previous reviews, I'm very particular on the autoresponder. Some of them, it's only one message. Others, you can do a sequence, and it's so many days after the first message. So you can only set it for so long. Like, oh, it's this one sends out 3 days after the first. This one's 7 days after the first. I don't like that. I want them to be an autoresponder sequence, just like ARP reach, where they say, okay, you want to send it every 5 days, so it's just after the previous message. That is how they should all be. So if you have used XMails, I really want you to comment and share some insight on the whole thing. What do you think? Do you buy it? What do you have? What package do you have? Did you buy it? Did you refund it? And tell me what emailing program you use, and I'll be sure to get a review on there. Check it out. Personally, still, ARPReach is my favorite, even though it is pretty limited. It works for what I want to use it for. Anyway, that is that. Comment, let me know what you think. Check out the other videos, and I have a lot more coming up, so stay tuned.